Alright, I just thought of something that would convince this community, pretty much, to vote for Greg Cates. This would win the election for Greg Cates if he made a promise to fire the police chief immediately after he's in the mayor position. He would win the election by a landslide in December. By a landslide. Everyone knows it, but everyone's too afraid to say it. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. I know what the police chief can do to you. I just came out of maximum security jail because of the police chief. Basically, his orders. I know what he can do to you. So, but maybe Greg Cates is brave enough to make that promise. You know what I'm saying? Take some bravery. Because they're dangerous. Everyone fears the Vipers and the Viper leader. You know, everyone fears them, you know. There's like 2 good cops in Pocatello, that's it. There's so many more out there. There's only 2, you know what I mean? Well, the picture went bad. But yeah, everyone thinks we got rid of one head we only got rid of one snake head. There's still another one we gotta take care of. In my opinion, it's the worst one. It's the worst one. Roger Schei. It's the worst one, the more dangerous of the 2 heads. Yeah. But only Greg Cates can do it. And he used to be a Pocatello police officer under the police chief. So, no kidding. That's why I'm like, he don't have the guts to do it. He don't have the guts. But maybe he will have the guts to promise that and follow through. If he's serious about dismantling the good old boy system, like he says in the paper, it's a guaranteed win if he makes that statement. The first step of dismantling the good old boy system, fire the police chief. Instant win for Victor and the community. Instant win. Guaranteed win. If he doesn't make that promise, he won't win, I don't think. He was second place in the votes. Greg Cates was second place. He's got to make some kind of promise like that. Or otherwise, Mark Dahlquist will win. He will. He's a popular guy, Mark. I've only heard a few things about him, but I've heard good things. But, yeah, there's some bad blood between yours truly and the police chief, especially after what he did to me. There's some bad blood, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to see if Greg Cates will make a promise to do something, you know what I mean, to the people, you know, because we can't vote out the police chief as the people. We can't. If we could, we would. The whole community would. It'd be like 20,000 votes to vote out the police chief if it was held in a vote. You know, it'd be like a landslide. Get him out of here. He's training the police to execute autistic kids. Like, no questions asked. Who's training these officers? Who's the, you know, you know, something messed up at the head, the leadership position there. Yeah, just line up, execution style, just line up, shoot him in 13 seconds, no problem. Something wrong with that. That's like Hitler stuff, you know what I mean? It is. No messing around. There's something wrong with the leadership. So it has to be removed somehow. And I think the mayor has that power to remove. And I'm hoping, we're all hoping, that the new mayor removes that poison, the police chief. Just removes him. He gets a job at Burger King. That's what we're all hoping for. Especially, yeah. Be like, oh, who's that? We don't know. We don't recognize him, but make that burger for us. Thank you. That's what we're all hoping for. So, anyways, can you see maximum security has made me cold-hearted? Yeah, a little bit. a little bit cold-hearted towards the wicked. Even more so, they made me even more of a monster. They don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know it. I'm like, they're making me into a mean monster right now. Partly punishing me, but partly making me into this monster. I'm like, oh, whatever. Whatever. You know what I mean? But we gotta see change, and we gotta see it fast. The people have spoken for one big change. Now it's time for the really big, in my opinion, the leadership of the police department. Gotta go. And the mayor has that power, I think. I think so. Either that, I don't know. I read somewhere the mayor has the power to remove the police chief. Fire him. So, it'll take some guts. Because Greg Cates used to report to the police chief. You know what I'm saying? He used to, so it's like firing your old boss. You know what I'm saying? But you're not now. Now you're the boss. Greg Cates is the boss now. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if his words are true of dismantling the good old boys. That's a big, big step right there. That's the biggest step of dismantling the good old boys, in my opinion. So, but anyways, it's a guaranteed win, in my opinion. If I was running for mayor, that's what I would say. And do. And do. The moment I'm mayor, I would fire the police chief. Day one. I would. Especially in this community. You know what I mean? People might be gunning for me if I don't. You know what I'm saying? No joke. You know? We know that. You know? So there could be another me out there gunning for me. If I don't fulfill my promise, there could be another me out there. You know what I mean? That hasn't been put in his place yet. You know what I mean? Some renegade, you know? That's scary stuff. Another man that reports to nobody out there. You know what I mean? Like I was. You know? There's no stopping that guy. You know? We all know that. You know, like, so anyways. That's how you win the election, Mr. Great Cates. Make that promise in the next 2 weeks. Done deal. It's a done deal. Otherwise, Mark Dahlquist will win. He will. I've already talked to people about, we don't know about Great Cates because his police background. Even that makes me iffy as well. He used to be a police officer here. That ain't good, you know. He knows about the poison of it all, but is he brave enough to stand up to his old comrades? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. They're a scary bunch. They are. No one knows how scary they are like I do. There's a reason why I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just by myself, far away from that evil. There's a reason why. I know what they can do. It's no joke. They're a dangerous bunch. But anyways, yeah. I'll keep checking the paper if he makes that promise. I don't even know if I'm allowed to vote. I don't even know. If I'm allowed to vote and he makes that promise, I'll vote. You'll have my vote, Greg Cates. You'll have my vote, for sure. Otherwise, I might vote for Mark Dahlquist and hope he does that. And hope. You know what I'm saying? All a man can do is hope. That's all I had in jail. But hope was poison in jail. Huh? I hope I get out of here, but I never get out of there. So anyways, that's all I'll say for this video. I'll be even more targeted by the Vipers, but oh well. Oh well. It is what it is. They'll set me up again. They'll set me up again and be like, oh, he did this, and we plant evidence, and he has this charge now, and you know what I mean? You know how corrupt they are. No. Like I do. I came across so many people, so many different inmates of like the cops planted evidence against the people in jail, and I believe them. I believe they're that crooked. And some of the deputies were former police that the police wanted them to do dirty stuff like plant evidence, and they wouldn't do it. So they joined the jail sheriff, the sheriff at the jail to be away from that evil Pocatello police. You know, planting evidence on, you know, give me a break. You know what I mean? That's evil. But anyway, they tried to lock me in three different facilities in a row. I know how evil it is. Think how evil that is. They tried to lock me up in 3 different facilities. They could barely keep up with their own agenda. They were trying to lock me up in different facilities so fast. The judges couldn't even keep up. They're like, okay, he committed him. Okay, get ready for transport. Oh, there was a termination of the commitment. Redact that. The judges couldn't even keep up with the agenda against me. That's how much hate there was for me. Like, you know. So, don't you worry. I already knew it was all coming. Like, do whatever. That's part of it. Just let them do whatever. You know, no one's going to stop them anyways. Evil power does what it wants. Yeah, God's not stopping it, so I'm just like, whatever. So, anyways, that's how you win the election, my friend. Make that promise. It's a done deal. Especially in this community. And that's all I'll say for this video.